Hello everybody, believe it or not, today marks the fourth full week here in Vienna. With that being said, I've been here living in Austria for a month now. If you don't know me, my name is Quinton and I am from Idaho. I go to school in Seattle, Washington. And for the past month, I've been studying abroad in Vienna for music history and performance. Let's get started with our fifth vlog and our fourth full week in Vienna. Monday, June 8th, 2026. I started my day off with German class. We went to a local Warschel stand and we practiced ordering in German. And the food was delicious. After a full day of classes, I needed to restock up on some groceries. So I went to a grocery store, got some food, and afterwards I went back to study for my quiz tomorrow in German. And as for Tuesday, June 9th, 2026, I didn't really record much footage. This was the only footage I recorded. And it was basically just a day of school, going back, going to sleep. Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. So today, I went to my German class and I had an oral exam for my midterms week. And it was basically just me and my partner having a German conversation for a minute and a half. It was successful. For lunch, I went to McDonald's because apparently they're doing like a World Cup exclusive. You get one of these cups. So I decided to get one. And then afterwards, I had my chamber ensemble musical workshop, and then I went back and studied more. Thursday, June 11th, 2026. I usually don't record runs, but I wanted to make sure that future me knows that I've been running during my Vienna trip. Afterwards, I went to school for German, and I did my German exam. I think it went well. We'll see on Monday. After class, there was a fun program to go to Warschel stands. So for the first Warschel stand, it was about a 20-minute walk. They had calamari and other different type of sausages there. And it was really good. The second Warschel stand that we went to was next to a building that incinerated stuff. Hopefully not humans. I have to fact check that because one of my friends informed me of that. Yeah, we'll see. The food was pretty good. There was like a Warschel sandwich and then there was corn with like a sriracha mayo sauce on it. It's pretty good, but I did like the first Warschel stand that we went to better. Then afterwards, my friends and I went to go meet some other friends for a fun trivia night. It was super fun. I haven't done trivia in a while. This makes me want to do more trivia. Friday, June 12th, 2026. For today, our program had this required field trip where we went to Eisenstadt and Rohau. At first, all of us were really confused on which bus to gather around. There are many buses in Vienna just parked, but we found it eventually. As we were walking on, this bus is bougie. I mean, just take a look. This is probably the fanciest bus I've been on in my life. So here's a quick montage from Vienna to Eisenstadt. Once we arrived, we left the bus and then we started walking to the palace in Eisenstadt. Let me just have the video speak for itself. We had an hour and a half tour guide, and it was super fascinating to learn more about Haydn. The first step on our tour was the Haydn Hall, and just wow, the video doesn't do it justice. Now, I don't want to bore you with random facts about Haydn, but I do want to take a moment to tell you about this part of the palace. And here is the church in which Haydn played the organ. And yes, that is the original organ that Haydn played. Here's a short clip of what it would sound like. Here's a warning of seeing a skeleton, so I'll give you 3 seconds to skip ahead, 10 seconds. Here's a skeleton, kinda creepy, I got chills from it. Afterwards, we went to a different part of the palace where they turned it into a museum of Haydn's famous works and biography. You can also see pianos that Haydn played. This weird instrument you will see twice. This is a baritone. Haydn loved composing for this instrument. Some students wanted to see the wine cellar. Apparently it's a popular thing. I didn't know what it was at the time, so we did a group detour to take a look. First off, this is my first time in an underground cellar, and to be honest, I was quite terrified. The feeling, the view, the aesthetics, it looks like it was from a movie. And to stop you just real quick, thank you so much for watching. We're about halfway done into the video, and it would mean the world to me if you're enjoying the content. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. It does take a lot of time to edit these videos, but I do enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and let's continue. Our next adventure was to hike to the park where the princesses and princesses would relax. We went to the top to this really cool building, and there lied an amazing view of Eisenstadt. Afterwards, we journeyed down to see Haydn's house. Also, I'm sorry, I can't stop showing clips of the palace. It's just so pretty. And I love all of the pastel colored buildings. For lunch, we went to this very fancy place called Henichi. The food did not disappoint. They even had custom menus for our program. Sorry, here's another clip of the palace. This might be random, but I thought the bathrooms looked very fancy. That might just be me. I think there was only outdoor seating. I didn't see any inside. For food, there's cow meat, beef, and ricotta and strawberry. And oh my gosh, just looking at this food is making me hungry. Afterwards, we started going to Rohau. Here is a quick montage. We arrived a bit early, so we explored this really cool building. Not sure what the significance is, but it was really cool just to explore and walk around. The birds also seemed to enjoy this building. We then started walking to Haydn's birthplace in Rohau. And just to let you know, this whole tour, mostly everything was refurbished. Most of the original house was unfortunately burnt down in World War II. But it was cool to see how it would look like back in the 1700s, even if it's refurbished. But in this tour, it was cool to learn more about Haydn, and from the tour guide, I learned that he was a big prankster back then. Also making another appearance, here is the baritone. The overall experience of the tour guide, it was super fun learning about Haydn, and it was just fascinating to see what it would look like to live and grow up in the 1700s. And I could tell that the tour guide was very passionate about what he does. He had very fun stories to tell. We then started heading back to Vienna. After I got off the bus, I started heading back to go get some more groceries. And then after grocery shopping, I went on a run to get to my 20 miles for this week. And unfortunately, I was stopped at the train tracks. I had to wait for about 5 minutes. 3 of those 5 minutes were just me like looking around and questioning, is there a train even coming? And then finally the train came and I had to wait for 2 minutes. The field trip that we did today was really fun, and it was really cool to learn more about Haydn. Saturday, June 13th, 2026. After my run, it immediately started to downpour, so I got extremely lucky. At the time, I thought I didn't record enough footage for this video, so I did a sandwich making challenge. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, we're gonna see how fast we can speedrun making a sandwich, because I don't have a lot of content for this week. So yeah, let's get right to it. Not bad. And yeah, that was the sandwich challenge. I mean, it looks pretty good, right? No joke, I've been eating sandwiches since I've gotten here. Okay, so I arrived in Vienna around May 18th. My program started on May 20th. And then on Thursday, the 21st of May, I started buying sandwich stuff. So every single day, I've had a sandwich since then. So I'll put it on the screen how many days it's been. To be honest, I'm not tired of eating sandwiches, so yeah. I also found a vacuum, so I definitely took advantage of that and vacuumed my whole entire room. Afterwards, I went to Pratar, which is Vienna's theme park, and it was so cool to look around. My only experience of theme parks is Disneyland and Six Flags, so this was a total different change of pace. You don't have to pay to get in, but you do have to pay for each attraction that you want to go on. I went on these 2 roller coaster rides, and I'm realizing how old I'm getting because I felt nauseous after these. So yeah. But overall, this past week was a blast. I officially have a month left in Vienna, and I feel like it's gonna go by so fast. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great one. Stay sharp.